So hello, and thanks for taking a bit of time to hear what I've got to say. My name is Shaun, and I'm the Vice President of Global Threat Services over at Root Shell Security. And I've got to say, I'm absolutely stoked to be here at 44Con 2023 and seeing some familiar faces and actually making acquaintances with those I'm not so familiar with. So it's been great for that. So who is Root Shell? Well, we've been around in some form or another for over 2 decades. We are a CREST, a cyber scheme, and also an NCSE sort of check organisation. So we do the check test and obviously most of all the other bits and bobs that are associated with that. So we do facilitate things like penetration testing, managed services, red team adversary emulation assessments, and much, much more. Now, what I want to say really today and get this point across is that since the inception of Root Shell, the senior leadership team really had one singular vision. And that was really to provide more value and up the game in the world of penetration testing, especially when it comes to remediation management and bringing and helping clients achieve situational awareness within their sort of threat universe. What we want to do is create a framework or a platform that provided some really distinct characteristics and some real key points. I just want to go over them really quickly. First of all, we want to make sure it aided discovery, the identification and classification of assets in a client's organization. It provided, as near as damn it, live reporting of identified issues, vulnerabilities, and security issues. It should be able to ingest and manage vulnerability data regardless of its origin. It should be able to automate remediation workflows. One valid, massive point we wanted to do was to have that continuous monitoring of catalogued issues, especially for things like new and upcoming 0 days or exploits. It should be able to actually monitor all those remediation sort of activities that we do, so we can reconcile them, we can track and trend. It should leverage AI-driven threat intelligence feed to enrich that vulnerability data. It should also act as an intelligent attack surface management framework. It should have multimedia video and things for like complex attack or threat actor journeys, so people of a less technical audience could sit back with a coffee, look at the screen and go, I get it. I get how the threat actor got from breached credentials, misconfigured perimeter, gained access, got a foothold, privilege escalated, laterally moved, domain admin. It's about understanding that threat journey. What I can say is that Root Shell absolutely achieved its aim in that sort of gambit to go and achieve this platform. What we did do from the conception and development of something called the Root Shell Prism platform. Now, my background, I've been in some form of security now for over 30 years. I started off in military law enforcement, counterintelligence. I went into DFIR when I came out of that, and then I moved into more professional pen testing about 10 years ago. But what that's taught me is that clients need good narrative. They need a good narrative-led report, reconcilable. It's got to be evidence-based. It has to be reproducible. And more important, it's got to be easy to understand. Now, let's remind ourselves for 1 minute how clients have been receiving their reports and their penetration testing reports. I'm just going to show something really quickly. This slab of paper here, in fact, is 1,000 pages, represents a security assessment that my team delivered a couple of years ago. Now, clients are still being given text and static imaged sort of documents as their reports that they're having to pour through to manage remediation, PDFs and the alike, as you can imagine. Now, the problem with something like that, not only is it hard to handle, it's difficult to pour through. And if I said to you, sir, go through this report and identify all the hosts which have a shared administrator password, you'd be like, get out of here. I ain't going to do that job. It's got to be easy. It's got to be an easy way of doing it, right? Essentially, it's static, it's one-dimensional, it's out of date at the time it's printed, potentially, and it's not probably worth the paper it's written on. So Prism looks to change that. As being pen testers, I'm a former check team leader, also a CREST certified simulator attack manager. I'm very familiar with red teams, so I wanted to change the way in which we do reporting and actually manage the client's expectations. So the whole idea of Prism is that everything is continually monitored. It's media rich. It provides that threat-led journey with videos and animated attack journeys. The contrast is absolutely blinding. Now, that's just one report. If you're an organization which is doing monthly vulnerability scans, you're doing web application testing, cloud configuration test, that 1,000-page report we've got here quickly becomes 20,000 pages, maybe more. It's going north of that. So what we do is it gives you the ability to contextualize and then manage that remediation problem, especially within the context of your organization. Look, I'm not going to take any more of your time. If you want to know a little bit more about what we do as a pen test house, or as the software as a service that we provide, which is the Prism platform, please come and talk to us. We're outside there. We're also running a couple of competitions where the names that get put into the hat for a draw for a Flipper Zero. So anyone seen one of these Swiss Army knife hacking devices? They're great. Come and see us and get your name down for one of those. And did I say we're actually hiring? We're building out the pen test team, so come and talk to us. Thanks for your time. Thank you.